Hello, everyone. Welcome to Monday Night Crafty Chat. It's been a bit of a day, but we're here now. We're chill, we're calm, we're cozy. It's going to be a good night. Hi, Moon. Welcome in. Welcome, everybody. Oh, yes, I do apologize for the stream being so late today. We've had an ongoing saga with our fridge, which hopefully is now over, knock wood. But the guy didn't show up until 4 o'clock, and then he had to fix the thing, and then we had to have dinner and everything like that. So here we are. It's 6:30, and we're here. It's great. But basically the water dispenser, first there was a problem getting it hooked up. Yeah, I'm just turning down the music a little bit, I think. Overcorrected. There we go. Let me know how that is. This is not the Halloween pattern. This is actually I have updated the project Nightbot command. This is the snake and lavender pattern. Anyway, yes. So our fridge died. We bought a new fridge. When it was installed, they didn't have the right part to connect the water line to the back of the fridge. So they said, okay, we're going to come back later. Fine. So they came back later with that part, plugged it all in, turned on the water line. Something else is broken. They're like, okay, we need a different part. We're going to come back. Okay. So they leave. I wake up, there's a huge flood the next morning. So they come back and they're like, oh, it's not the part that we need. We need a different part because this other thing is broken. So we are now on the third part, but everything is hooked up and working now. So it's been like almost a month, I think. I feel like it's been almost a month. But hopefully now the fridge is fixed and it's good. And like I will say the company has been very responsive about sending out people. We just happened to get very unlucky. So yeah, we're excited. This is the first time we've had a water dispenser in the fridge. Our last fridge had an ice maker that actually stopped working after a little while. So I'm hoping that this one will be a great addition to our kitchen. So as you can see, I've got a bit of a different setup today because we're going to be doing some cross stitching. And you might see some animal visitors in the back because it's a slightly different view of my usual desktop. I just noticed Gigi up there in the corner checking it out. So yeah, so the project that I'm working on tonight is a piece from Wild Bluebell Patterns on Etsy. It's a snake and a lavender wreath. I can actually show you guys the pattern, and I just had a little mishap there. Fine. That's what scissors were invented for. But yeah, hi Gigi. Gigi's very confused about this whole new setup. He has no idea what's going on. But yeah, so I'm hoping because I'm hoping that the dispenser water will, because it goes through a filter, so I'm hoping it'll be a little bit more palatable than the tap water. which is the main problem in this house. Is the tap water here kind of makes our stomachs a little queasy. Yeah, Gigi is a ham. So yeah, let me show you guys what I'm working on, just so you have an idea. So I started this last night, and this is what I've done so far. This piece of Ada is huge. The design itself is 12 inches by 12 inches, and I don't think I realized. Sorry, one second. There we go. I don't think I realized how big the piece was supposed to be before I started stitching it, because I went to cut the Ada and I'm like, oh, I need 12 inches of stitching space, and the largest piece of Ada I have is 12 by 18, so that's not going to work. Luckily, I found a piece of black that was 15 by 18, so I just cut off 3 inches from one end, so giant piece of Ada. But let's see if this will work. Yeah. So this is the design I'm working on now. As you can see, it's very pretty, very witchy. It's, like I said, it's from Wild Bluebell Patterns on Etsy. I don't know if she's still having don't know the gender, sorry. If they are still having a sale, but patterns were buy 5, get 5 free with an extra 30 or 40% off. So I kind of went ham. This is the one I'm working on. Yeah, that's the problem with Brita filters for us too, is that it's the remembering to refill it. It's great when it's full, but trying to remember to fill it is the difficult part. Oh, thanks to just threw up an Etsy link to Wild Bluebell. If you want to check them out on Etsy. Not hashtag not spawn, hashtag probably should be spawn, because I'm going to be working on so much of their stuff. Oh yeah, you were working on the prom outfit for your kid, right? That's going to be so cool. That was for Shell, by the way. Cut the circle skirt, trimmed all the flowers, and placed them. Wow, that's a lot of work, especially if you haven't been doing a lot of sewing lately. It's gonna look phenomenal. Aw, Una in a little prom dress. Yeah. Una in a little prom dress with black combat boots. A cordless hot glue gun? That sounds life-changing. Like, not to be that person, but that sounds utterly life-changing. You could crochet clothes for Una, but would Una wear them is the question. Like, I have crocheted my fair share of cat clothes. Yes, Shell's teen is wearing a black combat platform dock, leg warmers, a black tulle skirt with flowers on it with like a lace corset top. I would have killed to be this kid in high school. And yes, Una would hate to wear them. That sounds on brand for Una. Gigi surprisingly doesn't mind being in clothes. I mean, Pika will take off your arm just for thinking about it. And Bella just kind of gives up and puts up with it. But Gigi actually doesn't mind at all. He's such a little rag doll. And also, he's the perfect size to fit into Build-A-Bear clothes. Not that we've done it quite frequently or anything. Dexter loves wearing clothes. That's so cute. I hope you will share some pictures of Dexter in clothes. Yes, Moon. Kidders fit in Build-A-Bear clothes. If I can find some pictures of Gigi, I will share them in the server. Yay, pictures of pets and clothes. That's what this community is really all about. We've got Pow on the critter cam today. She was stomping around in front of the camera right when I first went live, but I think she's decided that she shall not be perceived today. We got some new plants for her. One of our neighbors was actually moving and left a bunch of plants, pothos and peperomia, out for anyone to take, which happen to be two plants that are recommended for tortoises. So I picked up those. I put one in her enclosure. She immediately murdered it. I've got another 3 to put in there. But doing the transplanting is a bit of a process, so gotta take it slow, conserve them spoons. Yeah, I'm hoping these pothos will be a little bit hardy because tortoises are very, very hard on plants. Like we were talking to the reptile store about setting up a bioactive enclosure, which basically means that you fill it with plants, you fill it with isopods, mulch, things for the isopods to eat, and then you kind of set up a whole living biosystem in there. So the isopods take care of the waste, and the plants feed the isopods and that kind of thing. They're very cool, but we asked about setting one up for Pow, and they basically said at the store that they don't recommend them because tortoises are so destructive that you just can't get anything bioactive established. And if you put them into an already established environment, they'll just destroy it. So no bioactive for Pow. So I was kind of intimidated by the size of this piece. I was like, I don't know where to start. So I started in the middle. I started with one little 20 by 20 section and did all of the color in that section and then started branching out. So that's how I'm tackling it, just kind of like a 20 by 20 chunk at a time. Pow should be deemed the goddess of destruction. Like she enjoys destruction. That's why we kind of give her as much enrichment as we do, because we don't want her to be destroying things because she's bored. We want her to be destroying things because she's happy. There's a difference. Thank you, Toot, Pix in the Discord of Witchy Gigi, Eeyore Bella, and Adorable Dexter and Merlin from our friend Shell. Thank you for that. So I am working on a digital copy of this pattern. We found a fantastic program for tracking cross stitch patterns. I was using Knit Companion for my knitting projects, but this one's called Pattern Keeper. It's for Android, so I'm running a BlueStacks emulator on my computer to run it on my computer as well. But it's so handy. Like, it's well worth the hassle of getting the BlueStacks set up. Yeah, it would be perfect for a tablet. Like, I'm running the emulator on the computer, because I think my tablet would be slightly too small to see it okay. And also I have an Amazon Fire tablet, and it's a bit of a pain to try and sideload Android apps onto it. Working out the kinks in my new system. But yeah, let me show you real quick. I was going to show you guys the program I'm using. This might look a little bit wonky because it's not going to show up perfectly for... Oh. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit wonky. So this is Pattern Keeper. So basically over here you have all of your threads with the thread count. You click on a thread. Like right now I'm working on 434, which is this brown color. So I click on that. It highlights all of that color on the pattern. And then I can highlight the ones I've done and tick them off as stitched, and then it colors them in. And it'll just do that for every color, so you can kind of flip around and know what you're supposed to be working on at any given moment. So that's super handy. And then oops, that's not the thing I wanted to. There, no, that's also not the thing I wanted to drag. Heck. There we go. Over here, it gives you a percentage tracker for how much you've actually stitched, like how many stitches you've done, which is very satisfying to watch. Very, very satisfying to watch that progress go on. So yeah, this is the pattern. It's I find it super handy. It can be a little bit fiddly getting patterns set up, because if it doesn't read them perfectly, then you have to kind of adjust stuff manually. But once you have it set up, then you can export it. So like I can set one up on my computer and then send that file to Toot so she can have it set up on hers without having to do all the extra work. So that's really convenient. So yeah, that's what I've been using. So I have this up in the background while I'm stitching over here. And I have my little Mothman needle minder that I got from Etsy as well. Needle Nanny on Etsy. Right, I was actually doing something on BlueStacks. Stuff off. Oh, your needle miner showed up. That's awesome. You picked out some really pretty ones. Those were so cool. Cute needle minders are always fun. I can show. This is one that Toot got. Sorry, moved away from the mic. This is one that Toot got from Needle Nanny. It's Silver Shamrock Novelties from Halloween 3. I love it. Although it does get the song stuck in my head. If you've never seen Halloween 3, it's it doesn't have Michael Myers in it, and it's bizarre. It's about a company that's trying to take over the minds of children using Halloween masks, and they have a really, really, really catchy jingle. So that's what gets stuck in my head every single time. Oh, they did an episode of Buffy like that? That's funny. Oh yeah, the episode of Buffy, the one where they all turned into their Halloween costumes, and Willow was like the sexy ghost. Yeah, I remember that one. And then the next year, Xander dressed up like James Bond just in case it happened again. Was that an Ugh Xander, I love him, or an Ugh Xander, ugh? Oh no. It's been honestly so long since I've watched Buffy. I had actually seen the movie before I saw the show. But when the show was on, I was a total scaredy cat. Like, I actually told people that my mom didn't let me watch Buffy because I was too scared to watch Buffy and I didn't want to admit it to my friends. I, of course, was totally into Spike. I actually have a Spike magnet, like the most generic piece of fan merch ever. But we have a Spike magnet on our fridge now from that era of my life. Yeah, he did have the. Sorry, guys. He did have that whole nice guy insert friendship tokens thing going on, and then there was the whole thing with like the whole premise of Once More with Feeling was him being insecure. So Clint vibes. Yes, very much Clint vibes. Not Elliot vibes. Elliot is Bay. Oh, I'm sorry, Moon. Yeah, like it some of the episodes could be scary. Some of them were like watching them when you're older, it's kind of like, oh yeah, this is a little bit goofy, but when I was a kid, that stuff was like legit scary. I think one of my favorite things about the Buffy series and the character of Angel is that he's a total fanalo. Like I just love that that's canon. He's a fan of Barry Manilow. He's a fanalo. Like they have flashbacks of him in the 70s and 80s, like calling Barry Manilow radio shows and stuff, asking questions about Mandy. Yep, yep, he's a fanalo. Enjoy the extreme close-up of my hands while I drop my needle. I wasn't sure how well you guys would be able to see this because, like, this is totally new format for me, but I'm actually like super comfy because usually when I stream for craft nights, I'm sitting very far forward on my chair, stretched out so I can do the top down. And I am like sitting back in my chair. I could actually put my legs up if I wanted to. I am comfy cozy. So this, I'm using a stand. Cozy DH, yeah. So I'm using a stand for the first time, like ever. I've always held my hoop. And let me tell you, it is great for saving you the hand pain and just making the whole experience so much comfier. There is a style of... That's wrong. Oh no. Oh heck. I heckled up. There is a style of stitching that you can only do with a stand. That's like two-handed stitching. So I've been kind of experimenting with it. Just to see. So like you can see right now I'm basically doing nothing with my left hand and doing all the work with my right hand. But some people, when they use a stand, what they do is they'll keep their right hand behind the hoop like that and push the needle up through and then take it with their left hand. Yeah, like I'm finding it is more comfortable, but I need more practice with it because I'm just not like I'm very weak with my left hand. I'm a right-handed person in a right-handed world. There's no reason for me to use my left hand. Yeah, the left hand is just there to look pretty. So what I'm doing right now is two-handed stitching, which is passing the needle back and forth without moving my two hands too much, but I find it a little bit awkward and then I kind of forget to do it. I'll weave in that end later. Alright, finish that little bit. Cross stitching seriously is so it makes my brain go burr in the best way. I think I'm going to work on the stitches over here now. I need a new thread. Toot's left hand is just there to ache. That's true. Toot's left hand is there to type sass faster. So I'm working on this. What is everyone else working on tonight? Once you recover from flower placement, more knitting frogs. Nice, nice. You have a bunch of outstanding orders. That's exciting. That's always cool. And Toot is working on a socks cross stitch designed by myself. Oh, well, that's good. Lots of work. I mean, as long as you are take easy, also important, as our friend Socks says. I've been doing a little work myself on our Etsy shop, in between, editing videos and things for the channel. I hope to soon be offering some cross stitch patterns. I don't know how soon is, but hoping soon we'll have some out, including the socks pattern. 2 socks patterns actually. And I've got a My Little Pony one. I've got a bunch of FNAF ones. Jesus, soon. Ooh, better hydrate. That little bump you heard was me whacking myself in the face with my microphone. do like my setup because I'm sitting super comfortably, but it means that everything is kind of um it's around me. I'm like surrounded by arms and things because I've got this arm, I've got the camera arm, and then I've got the mic arm. So it's really difficult for me to get up. I'm a little bit like strapped in. Luckily, I'm comfy. Yes, Moon has joined the new mic club. Sounds like a whole new person. Claustrophiliac self likes that. Like, it is quite comfy. It's just like I don't have a ton of mobility compared to my usual craft night when I'm kind of like all over the place. I also love that you can like just vaguely see my hand over here, like through a veil. So, like, even considering the size of this piece, there's not as many stitches as you would think because there's quite a lot of negative space in the wreath. Um, so yeah, that's good for me. It's a little less overwhelming. One of the things you love about your Blue Yeti is it can be back near your monitor, so pick you up great. Oh, that's good. That's good. I was having problems because the room I'm in is quite, like, I wouldn't say it's quite noisy, but there's background noise, and I mean Toot's in here too, and I don't want her movements to be picked up because then she feels like she can't move during the streams and that kind of stuff. So this just works a lot better for us. Also, it makes me feel like a total performance professional. There's background noise, aka toot noise. I mean, there's not just toot noise. Like, there's the cats and there's air conditioners and fans, and that kind of stuff too. And of course, her skeleton rattling around. An elephant in a porcelain shop. Buying all of the teapots, though. That's why she would be there. I feel like I should have like super peaceful Minecraft music going on in the background. I actually found I was doing some designing and I wanted to make sure my designs were going to fit within, a certain size hoop for display. So like a 6-inch, 8-inch, that kind of thing. And I was looking around and I'm like, okay, trying to freehand a circle in pixels is incredibly difficult. But such things exist as circle pixel generators specifically for Minecraft builds. And I was like, this is amazing. So, big shout out to the Minecraft community for making my cross stitch designing a little bit easier. I was sitting down and music. Here we go. I was sitting down and taking a look at I have all these ideas pinging around my head for cross stitch designs I want to do. So I'm like, okay, I'll sit down and I'll write them all out, and that way I can just kind of organize the chaos in my head. So I sat down and wrote out a really quick list of 32 designs that I want to make. So just like a really short list. Almost all of them video game related. Working on some Inscription ones now. Because Inscription does not get enough love. And it's such a good game. Speaking of games, though, it is Steam Next Fest. Is anyone picking up some demos this week? Anything you're excited for? I've got the 3 we've got lined up for the stream, but there's so many, like Moonflower Island. Moonstone Island. Moonflower Island is Garden Witch Life. Moonstone Island has a demo that just dropped, so that's exciting because that's another farming sim type game that looks pretty interesting. And of course, Paleo Pines, the demo dropped for that today. So we're going to be playing that on the channel on Wednesday. That's going to be fun. And honestly, I just want to play more Garden Witch Life forever. Oh, go ahead, Moon. I hope you enjoy hanging out with us and petting some dinos and riding some dinos. I was literally stalking the Paleo Pines page today waiting for the demo to drop because it didn't drop at like midnight. They're like, it's coming out on the 19th, and then it didn't come out until like 2 p.m. or something. I'm pretty sure you can pet them. I mean, we can ride them. If we can ride them, I'm sure we can pet them. There was another one that looked good. Heretics Pass, I think it was called. Heretics Fork. That's like a resource management game, but the resource you're managing is hell. So you've got to design and manage hell. and make sure everyone is punished accordingly. So like I don't really enjoy resource management games like that where there are moving parts that you kind of have to like keep moving at the same in the same direction. But I know Toot really enjoys them. So that looks like something that would be good for her. Um, and then yeah, Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood demo. That looks so good. Very excited for us playing that on Friday. Because Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood is a deck building game. So think of like Magic or Inscription or something like that. But you're building a tarot deck and you're trying to affect the fate of the Cosmic Witch Society. Yeah, lots and like I'm just looking at the cozy games. There are so many action adventure games and like shooters and dungeon crawlers. There was one I saw that looked kind of interesting. It was it's a roguelike resource management where you're building the dungeon. Um, like you're in charge of this crumbling wizard's tower, and the wizard himself is like kind of a absentee boss, and you have to keep things running on your own. And then if you're in the cozy game club, the cozy game of the month is Coffee Talk, which I actually do have. I have not played it yet, so I've got to get on that too because it's already the 19th. This month is flying by. Got a little tiny knot. Fixed. I probably should have ordered another skein of this 434 because I'm using it for this, and it's the most stitches. I've done this much, and I've got 1,300 stitches left to go. Yep. And then it's also in the socks that Toot is working on, so I probably should have ordered another one, but I'm pretty sure we'll be placing another order with Stitch Wit at some point. Our last one still hasn't come in, sadly. But finding them was a great stroke of luck. Just because we can't really get out of the house very much, especially we can't get to the Michaels. So finding a good source online with competitive pricing and free shipping, always good. I'm doing all these little short rows, so I keep getting lost where I am because I'm not stopping every row to tick them off. Like I really should be in order to keep myself from messing up. Does anyone else develop like blisters from cross stitch? Like I don't know how well you can see it, but I've got like these little flaps of dry skin right here that right where I like grab my needle. Yeah, I gotta work up my calluses. I have worked dents into my fingers from knitting before. You know, when you get like the divot in the hand from holding your needles too tight or holding your needles too long. Definitely got those. You have stabbed yourself? Yeah. Oh, have you done the thing where you stab yourself under your nail? That one hurts. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna hydrate. To be fair, I haven't gotten the divot probably since I married you. Let's be real honest. Almost like I'm married to a hydration goblin. Toot has always been a hydration goblin, yes. Yeah, I would say always been a hydration goblin. Especially the last like 6 or 7 years, I'd say. But if you're gonna be a goblin about something, hydration, not such a bad thing. I'm getting to that point in my thread where it's getting like super I was gonna say super kinky. That's not what I meant. But just super twisted around on itself, so I have to like let it dangle every row or so, or else it just does nothing but not. Oh, I think we're about to have a special guest, guys. Hi, Earl. Hi, baby. I know. The camera's over here now. What are you going to love again? Hi, pretty girl. You showing off? Yeah, is that yours? I'm just gonna hold my drink while she's loving against everything on my desk. Hi, Earls. There she is. Look at that pretty girl. You're on the TVs, baby. She's like, Father, Father, it is time for snuggles. Father, what is this business? Early. Daddy's streaming right now. Oh, okay. Did you guys hear that? She screamed almost directly into the mic. She's a good girl though. She just really needs some attention right now. Hi. Yeah. Early don't care. Don't care about stream. Only care early. She's getting tangled up in all my wires. Poor thing. Early baby. I know, you're very cute, but you need to either settle or go away. gonna settle? Okay. She is sitting. I'm not gonna try and move the camera to show you guys because I might accidentally show you down my shirt. But she's curled up like next to my embroidery hoop, underneath my microphone. She's just being a good girl. No biggie. We're gonna keep working on our snake. Really excited to work on this cross stitch piece with you guys and show you the progress week to week. Like, part of me is thinking that it's going to take me forever to finish, because I've got that like 12 by 12 kind of idea in mind that it's huge. But I mean, I've already done quite a bit in not very long. I think I only spent. I mean, how long were you streaming last night, Moon? I pretty much only worked on this during the stream last night. So like an hour and a half, 2 hours? No. I can do math. 2.5 hours, 3 hours. And I got quite a bit done. I thought I would start with the biggest color first, which is this 434 brown. And then it'll feel like I'm just knocking off a little bit as we go. Yeah, but we stayed up late last night. We went to bed at 10:30. Can you believe it? We're rebels. Yes, Moon, did you remember the Alamo? So the Alamo was a outpost in Texas, United States outpost that was under attack by the Spanish, coming up from Mexico. And they kind of made like a desperate last stand. And part of that last stand was they wrote a letter to the newspaper that was like, when you think of all the great things about America, remember our struggle, remember that we died here, remember the Alamo. So it's like a rallying cry for Texans. But Toot was referring to the Pee Wee Herman movie. I know you're just referencing Pee Wee's Big Adventure. And the fall of the Alamo was a big reason why the army went into Texas to push back. So that's the Alamo is kind of the reason that Texas is a state and not a province of Mexico. It's a whole historical thing. One of those like butterfly effect things. Like if this one thing didn't happen, then this other big thing wouldn't have happened. Why do I know this much about American history? I don't know. Random facts get lodged in my brain. It is the tism. It's definitely the tism. Early girl. Do I have another strand of 434 or did you take off with it? No. Daddy has to cut a new one? Okay. Hey, Dweller B, welcome in. Oh, thanks for the follow, Dweller. Appreciate you. Dweller's one of our buddies from Moon's community. Hello, hello. I hope you are ready for some high-octane crafting content. This is our Monday Night Crafty Chat, where you can grab a project, grab something nice to drink, get comfy cozy, and just hang out with us. Yep, high octane. So with Dweller's follow, that puts us at 5 followers away from affiliate. 5, guys. I might have put it in the stream title, hoping that like randomly browsing people will come and hang out. Oh, thanks, Dweller. We try and cultivate a cozy, happy vibe here. We have our critter cam, which you might get a glimpse of a red-footed tortoise on. There's probably going to be some cats in the background every now and then. I do have a cat currently cuddling with me, but she's just out of range of the camera. Thanks, Moon. I'm glad you like the vibes. You know, if you get the vibes right, you're doing something right. I'm going to see if I can do this without revealing too much of myself. There's Early right there. She's doing a snoogle. Yeah, that's her resting grump face. She's very happy, I promise. Alright. Gotta start a new thread. Yeah, you can see my bobbin's getting a little bit slender here. Definitely gonna put this in. And I mean, I like this color, so I use it in my own designs. So I should probably invest in some more of it. So if you have ideas for like fun, nerdy cross stitches that you would like to see exist in the world, absolutely let me know. This is very difficult to do with Early in the position that she's in. Alright, my friends. We've been going for about an hour and a half, which means it is time for everyone to grab something nice to drink, grab a little snack, and we are going to do our customary treat eat. So grab a drink, grab a snack, maybe some strawberries and some cherries. And let's see where our little miss is. Oh, is she being a menace? There she is. And here she is, the star of the show, our very own Pow. Let's see how long it takes her to figure out there's fresh fruit in her enclosure. There she goes. She has a strawberry and a cherry, a couple cherries today. So Pow's species, she's a redfoot tortoise, and they're native to South America. So they live in the rainforest, and they eat pretty much anything that falls to the forest floor, which includes a lot of fruit in her case. So not all tortoises like to eat fruit, but redfoots definitely do. So we always give it a little bit as a regular diet, as part of her regular diet, and then also as a little bit of a treat as well. So she likes apples, bananas, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, mango, pineapple. Pretty much any kind of fruit we've fed her, she enjoys. But her current favorite is definitely mango. We just don't happen to have any in the house, unfortunately. Wow, she hoovered those cherries. I mean, last time I gave her cherries, I gave her cherries and mango at the same time, and of course the mango was gone first. But is that it? You're done with that strawberry? Heck the strawberry? Nothing but attitude. They talk about tortitude for tortoiseshell cats, but uh, tortitude also applies to tortoises. I've never met a reptile with as much attitude as that. Look at her little snappy snoot. Unicorn Mom, welcome in. Thanks for so much for the follow. I really appreciate you. Welcome, welcome. We are just taking a little bit of a snack break. This is Pow the tortoise. So I hope you have something to snack on, something to drink, and yeah, we're just taking a little bit of a snack break while I work on some cross stitch. You guys didn't see that on the cross stitch. I super appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yes, this is our regular Monday Night Crafty Chat. The rest of the week I play cozy games. Yeah, but tonight we craft together, we hang out. I'm doing a little bit of cross stitch tonight, but usually it's crochet or knitting. But I super appreciate the follow. Like we are so close. Oh, you're currently crocheting Mono from Little Nightmares? That's so cool. Mono, is that the main character in the little raincoat? I think I've watched a playthrough of Little Nightmares, but I haven't played it myself. It looks really good, though. Oh, it's from the second one, the boy with the bag. Okay, yeah, I know which character you're talking about. Oh, that's so cute. 6, yes. Well, I'm not working on anything video game related at the moment. But Toot, who is our mod and my spouse, is working on a socks cross stitch from the game Mail Time, which we've been playing on the channel. Very cute. But yeah, that's so cool. Are you freehanding the crochet, or do you have a pattern for it? Okay. Etsy is wild for the patterns you can get for plushies, and the sewing patterns. I didn't realize how many sewing patterns there were available for plushies. I mean, I can't sew. We all know this. But if I could, I would be able to make so many cute things. Also, quick plug, I have an Etsy shop with both crochet and knitting patterns in it. It has 6 in the little mushroom head character. Aw, cute! You can make the whole game. Okay, Pow is done with her strawberry. She's had a few bites. Not as good as Cherry. Time to go back to Mermaid Lagoon. At the far end of her enclosure is her water fountain and another hide that's a little bit warmer and damper, so she likes spending time over there. I would put the camera over there, but I'm a little bit worried about it because it would be like directly over a puddle of water. So I think one of the stream goals is to get a waterproof critter cam for Pow's enclosure. Well, just to remind you guys what I'm working on, because it's kind of looking like oh, thanks, Nightbot. Great timing. It's looking a little bit like an Eye of Horus right now, don't you think? Like a little bit like I'm making the Eye of Horus at the moment, but it's actually. I will show you guys the pattern. So this is what I'm working on. It's the snake and lavender wreath from Wild Bluebell Patterns on Etsy. So you can see kind of where I'm to. Ah, I hecked it all up, guys. Okay, there we go. Yeah, like it's looking a little Eye of Horsey, but you can see I'm kind of in the middle there. And I'm working on that little knot of scales in the middle. Knock knot. We can't tie the knot with knock. Knock is not a knottable knot character. Oh, Virus Shawl. That's a great pattern. I've made that one before. I did it out of a hobby Black Friday cake. So it's one of those like really long gradient cakes of cotton yarn. That's a really fun pattern because you just keep going. Like it's very mindless. Um, well, not really mindless because the repeats themselves can be a little bit tricky, but you don't have to do a lot of math to keep going. You can do crochet math when necessary. Yeah, it is just counting, which is unfortunately the main downfall of all of us crafters. There's that joke that if you want to be a successful crafter, you have to ask yourself, do I know how to count to 3? And you have to be okay with the answer to that being no. Oh, Pal came back for the cherry. Yep. Yeah, I think I don't think any of us have had a project that's been perfect with no frogs. Well, I can show you guys my the Afghan I've been working on, the crochet Afghan. It looks pretty much the same as the last time you guys saw it, just with a few more rows attached. I've been working on it slowly. I'm almost out of black yarn, so I'm gonna have to pick up some more. Counting is hard, even with counters. And I'm attempting to do counted cross stitch while streaming and holding a conversation. I'm very surprised at myself that I haven't made a huge mistake, although I wouldn't know it if I had. So we'll see when I get to the other colors if I've made some sort of terrible mistake or not. Looks like Cow's back at her strawberry. Alright, I am attempting to show you the Afghan, although you can't really see much of it because it's so close to the camera at this point. But, pull that up. Oh, no. Nope. Oh, yeah. He's coming together. Slowly but surely. I just attached the 9th row of squares, so 4 more to go. It's a 9 by 13. So it's kind of at that stage where I have to like lay it across my lap while I'm working on it, because otherwise, like, I just can't do anything. Which also means it's both super cozy and super warm if I don't want to be cozy. Yeah, it's I'm edging each. I'm doing a continuous join as you go method. In the black right now, so I've done all the squares, and I'm just crocheting the black border as I go. So like I go around each square and join it to the next. So I'm just working entirely with black at the moment. So yeah, it does make it hard, and then I'm switching over here to the black Ada. Thanks so much. My sister is starting kind of a new chapter of life, so I threatened her with a ugly granny square Afghan, and I said it's going to be hideous. I'm going to make it out of my scrap yarn. You have no choice in the matter. It's coming whether you want it or not. And of course she wants it. I was just a little bit aggressive about it. So yeah, I just happen to have about 26 balls of Hobby Amigo in 26 different colors lying around. So the color is a little bit crazy, a little bit wild, a little bit crazy. Let me see if I can show you. We're going back to show and tell, and we're switching this over. So this is all the squares laid out with some help from Binks. So you can see that it's quite big. And yeah, there's a good at least 20 different colors in there, if not more. So yeah, that's what it's gonna look like just with the black borders. I'm working on putting it together. A true crafter always has a totally necessary amount of yarn. Yes, absolutely. I mean, the way I feel about stash is if you're happy with your level of stash, then it's the right amount of stash for you. If it's stressing you out, it's no longer the right amount of stash for you. I've been trying to work down my stash just because, like, I'm not going by yardage because I feel like that's a lot of unnecessary stress trying to be like, oh, I need to use up 2,000 yards or however much it might be. I have it in bins, and I want to reduce the number of bins I have. But of course, I completely lost my knitting and crochet mojo and got addicted to cross stitch, which the stash for that takes up like no space at all. So working through it makes zero impact on my craft storage, but that's okay. Oh yeah, the color changing yarns are so good. The gradient cakes from Hobby are just a danger zone. We have so many of them, or we had so many of them. We've been working through them. Just gonna update my stream title. Don't want to be clickbaity. We are now 4. Whoop. We're now 4 followers from affiliate. Sorry, camera. Didn't mean to bump you like that. Ah, I can't stop bumping the camera. Okay. I think we're good. Signet Color Rush. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you're in the UK, so you have access to totally different yarns than I do. Like, have you used West Yorkshire spinners? I really want to get my hands on some of that stuff. And Toft kits. I would love to try me a Toft kit, but they're very hard to come by here. I can get the book, but it's just not the same. I would say, I'm a knitter who cross stitches and crochets. I'm not a crocheter who knits or anything like that. I'm a knitter, and I just happen to be doing other crafts at the moment. But if you had to ask me about my personality type in terms of crafting, it's definitely knitter. I am knitter aligned. So it's so funny because I taught myself how to knit from a book in the wild years before YouTube was really a thing, and had no problem with it. I picked it up right away. I could not for the life of me figure out how to crochet. I needed someone to like sit down and hold my hand literally and show me how to crochet. Um, Luckily, I married someone who could knit, crochet, spin, quilt, cross stitch, do all of the things. Me staring at my pattern like, what am I doing? What row am I on? What square am I on? What century is it? That was the wrong century, apparently, because I did the wrong square. That's fine. It's okay. It's whatever. Oh, you learned in the last year through Twitch? Oh, that's good. Oh, that's awesome. I Twitch is such a unique, great platform for crafters. I always, whenever I go looking for crafting streams, the fiber arts are few and far between. I find, but especially knitting, like I find that there are more crocheters on the platform than there are knitters, which I could just be looking at the wrong time of day or something like that. But I find that there are more crocheters than knitters. Um, but I really wanted to have a place where we could just chill and craft. And if you were struggling with something, like if you weren't sure about a project or you needed help with a technique, I'd be able to like help you out with that because you can see my hands. I can do things. Because it's so interactive. It's like watching a YouTube tutorial, but in real time, and you can ask questions. Hi, Leah. Welcome back. Yeah, we're doing some cross stitch today. My knit and crochet mojo has decided to take a holiday. I love watching crafters too. Yes, we got Moon into the cross stitch cult as well. Oh, your sewing mojo hit. That's awesome. Are you working on anything in particular? I'm very pleased to hear that. That's great. You're going to be working on an Italian Ren Fair dress shortly. Nice. Oh, that's so cool. If you're in the Discord, definitely share some pictures of that because I would love to see that. I can't sew a straight line with a sewing machine. It's just not a skill I have. I'm sure it's a skill I could develop, but yeah. Oh, thanks, guys. Yes, Tooch has gotten us all re-addicted to cross stitch. I'm trying to decide where I want to go next in this pattern. The worst part about starting a new section is you have to do a lot of counting and then recounting and then recounting. Oh, thanks, Leah. Yeah, we've got our own little Discord. Lots of crafting stuff. You are more than welcome to post your bullet journaling and stuff there as well. Like that's it's all crafting here, baby. That's weird. Forget I said that. But yeah, thank you for coming over from Joshy Corn's community. Joshy's great. Jess or Joshy Corn is a bullet journaling enthusiast that I follow on YouTube and has a really nice little community here on Discord as well. So if you're looking for some bullet journaling inspiration, I recommend her videos. Okay. All right, we're going into like silent hyper focus while I figure out where this next stitch needs to go. Okay. Okay, let's hope this is right. Okay, I think I've gotten this next little section started correctly. I'm kind of doing the pattern in like 20 by 20 blocks, and just working all of this color that's in that 20 by 20 and then moving on to a new one. Because I was getting kind of overwhelmed at the size of this piece. It's much bigger than pretty much anything I've made before. Anything I've finished. It's bigger than anything I've finished before that wasn't done as like a mystery stitch along where you just do one little box at a time, which feels a lot more manageable. So I was getting overwhelmed, so I'm like, I'm just gonna do little tiny chunks. And like I was saying to Toot, I always get kind of racked up in my head about trying to use as little floss as possible, like doing what's going to be the most working in the manner that's going to conserve the most thread, but that puts a lot of unnecessary pressure and stress on me, and thread is 90 cents a skein. I can afford to go an extra couple of inches. Use the thread loop. Yeah, exactly. It's cheap, it's readily available. I should show the back of the envy moth. I should just show the envy moth, really, because it looks so good. To just finish a piece for me that I meant to get out so I could show you guys, but it's like I said, I'm kind of strapped in place by my machines. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull that out so I can show it off. Okay, I'm back. So let's see if I can get this all in frame. I don't know if I can. But this is the piece that Toot just finished for me. So it's a moth in the NB colors. I know, it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm so happy with it. Like, I'm still trying to figure out where I want to put it because it definitely deserves to go somewhere special. Um, but I have to mount it, and probably give it an iron just to be thorough. I don't always iron my pieces because I can't be arsed, but something this beautiful should really be pressed before I mount it. Um, but yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. So she just finished this earlier today, and is already working on a socks cross stitch. No, she finished it yesterday. What is time? I don't know what time is. But yeah, if you want, I will show you the back of this because it's a lesson that backs don't have to be neat for you to enjoy the hobby. There you go. There's a normal looking back. But yeah, I'm so happy with it. It looks so pretty. Yeah, very lovely little gift. Not little, big gift. Big moth. And then this is one that I've been working on. Almost done. I'm just missing the thread for his little antenna. But this is Socks. Of course, we love Socks on this channel. Socks is one of the characters from Mail Time. And they have this great line. Leave. Done talk. And our wisdom command from Nightbot is another great quote from Socks. Which is currently being immortalized in this cross stitch piece, which I designed and Toot is working on. So you can see the beginnings of Take Easy, also important. So yeah. So you can see Toot is a lot faster than I am because she just started watching this today. Started stitching this today, I should say. Alright, Leah, thanks. We usually watch Twitch on the TV as well. And I know on the TV you can set it up so you can like do it through your phone, like do the chat through your phone, but it's a bit more of a headache. Alright, where was I? Trying to tick stitches off as I do it. Yeah, the socks pieces were a lot of fun to design and they were a lot of fun to stitch. So I'm glad I did them. I might be doing some more of the Mail Time stuff. I'd love to do the bee from Mail Time, but like it's a big like 6 or 8 inch piece is just the bee. But I don't know. Hello, Leah. We received your message loud and clear. think I need to figure out a way to like steady this over-the-shoulder camera. It's very prone to bouncing. I hope I'm not making anybody too sick. Tune in for riveting footage of me struggling to thread a needle because I don't want to reach 3 feet to my left and get a needle threader out. It's fine. It's whatever. Like, usually I don't struggle with it. It's just every now and then. And then when you do struggle with it, it's like, it's so annoying. What are you? Where are you coming out? Go back. Heck. Everyone lay nice and flat. Yay, the cat has moved. Time to sew. I should have done a pss, 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 pss. See if I could have gotten them over to the TV. Do you guys, with cats, ever watch cat TV? Like any of those the videos that just have like birds or mice or something like that just running around? Our cats love them. Gigi was watching one of mice earlier, and he was very interested. Burger King. I like the name. We'll have to check that one out. And like they're really chill to watch yourself as well. Like if I just want something nice and relaxing on in the background, might as well watch some cat TV. I think Yuna would enjoy it, especially when she's not able to go outside herself. You just have to make sure that your TV is very stable, because they might try and attack it. Yay, more kitty pics in the Discord. We've already had some good boys in pride bandanas and some Gigi in clothes. All of my lovely animals in the community. They're all mine now. Woo! Cat tax. Well, Pow has decided that she is finished with us on the critter cam. But we're going to have another special guest here. So, if you aren't a snake person, come back in about 5-10 minutes. If you are a snake person, stick around. But I always just like to do a little bit of a warning because I know they're not everybody's thing. So if they're not your thing, no worries. But my son is about to be on screen. There's Muggle Boy. There's Muggle Boy. Look at him being a good little ball. This is Pennywise the Ball Python. He is a lesser vanilla pastel pet clown ball python. He is 2 years old, so he's just about full grown, and he is a pretty little man. He's a cutie. You gonna go say hi to the camera? Thank you. Yeah, he's absolutely gorgeous. Gonna go hide in my hand, baby? What's that? New things to smell. New things to discover and smell. Well, guys, we've been going for a couple of hours. I think we're probably good to wrap up pretty soon. I'm just gonna hang out with my son a little bit. I know some of you just came in. Usually we finish up around 8 on well, every night. But today we went a little bit later because we got started later. But yeah, I'm really glad you guys could come out and join us today. It is Steam Next Fest demo week on the channel. So after today, we're going to be playing a bunch of new games. We've got Paleo Pines on Wednesday. We've got Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood on Friday, Spirit Swap on Friday, and then Garden Witch Life on Saturday. All of which look just amazing. So I'm really hoping you guys can come out and check those out. The full schedule is posted in the Discord, as well as on Instagram, and you will get a notification whenever we go live. Can I get a hand? Get a notification whenever I go live. So yeah, that's gonna be the schedule for the rest of the week. He's being a ham sandwich over here, but he's not actually on the camera. He's just loving on the camera. There we go. Hello. So yeah, that's the schedule for the rest of the week. Thank you guys so much for coming out and joining us tonight. I hope you had a lovely night. I hope you had a nice, relaxing craft evening with us here. And I hope I will see you again next week. Every Monday night we're here. So let's take a look. Yeah, I'm really glad you popped in. So I'm just gonna take a quick look, see who we can raid. I kind of want to send us over to another crafting channel because I think that might be fun. So let's see who is live over in the crafting segment. Whoop. Gigi taken off. Let's see. So many interesting crafts. Like people are doing origami and oh, that's me. People are doing origami and rope and leather work and sewing and painting, and there's just a pupper. Oh, it's a stained glass. Okay. Yeah, thank you guys so much for popping in and joining us. I'm really glad you did. We're gonna go and we're gonna raid Pick Stitch, who is doing some. It looks like doing some crochet and a charity drive of some kind. So let's go see what they're doing. That should be fun. Gonna get us set up here. Alrighty. Thanks so much. I hope you guys have a lovely night. All right, we're raiding in a few. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Makers and Crafters Unite. I appreciate you bringing the squad over. Yes, Ledby, the cat's cute, right? Listen, you don't have to be fully comfortable with the fiber art. Kinds of like, mimicking of art, but trying to be accurate with it. Little pixel things. We've done bookmarks. We've done keychains. We've done, I don't even have, you know what's not even on here? The tutorial one is missing. Oh my God, I've got so many to update on this thing. We do Lego art pixel 2. Pixel art. You have so many of your patterns. Stop it. Stop it. You lie. You're being too kind. You have my patterns? Well, there they are. There they are. We do Lego art too. These are some of the newer ones I've been doing because each month above my shoulder, we redeem at the last Thursday of the month Lego pixel dots because I love pixel art. So you get to like choose what you want, and then we have a whole bunch over here. You got a bunch of different like ones we've done for the community. So I know, I love the chaos too. That's awesome. Pixel art is best art. Fucking right. Actual facts. Actual facts. But you could do these as corner to corner, Lego, cross stitch, crochet, granny squares. You tell me. Pick a craft. We can unite. I do some crochet since you said crochet. There's a wild Miss Rainbow in the chat. Hi, girl. Hi. How are you, Mrs. Rainbow? Welcome in. Gonna have a lurk. Love you. I love your face, Miss